How's it going, everybody, and welcome to Chat with the Chief. I'm Ethan Purcell, filling in for Bert St-Pierre, and with us, as always, is Chief Travis Griffith. Chief, how you doing?
Man, it's a pleasure to be here. If there's going to have to be a replacement for Bert, Ethan, you're the man.
Well, hey, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Glad to be here.
Well, this is episode 32.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
32.
And this is actually the first time we're speaking with you since the onset of the new year.
That is right. So new year, new you, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how we feel here at Folks West
Obviously.
Texas. Yeah, new Bert. Well, since it is the new year, I wanted to ask you, why don't you go ahead and give us a wrap-up of 2025? Talk about some of the department's big accomplishments.
Yeah, so I think 2025 has been fast and furious, right? It's hard to believe that we're already through January. That's hard to believe, right? That we saw really we focused on training and development of supervisors, of trying to find force multipliers. You know, we have a challenge in San Angelo because we don't have a whole lot of business industry that drives the tax base, so that we see the police department funding lacking a little bit, and they've been working through that, been working with council and working with the mayor. They've been nothing but amazing, but it's just hard because we have finite resources, right? And so looking at that, we've been trying to get more staff. We started a part-time police officer program to help fill in at the schools, to give additional staffing to make sure we're keeping our kids safe, which is a massive priority for us. And we are looking at trying to drive home the point of getting our specialized officers and detectives the training that they deserve to help produce the best work possible. We've looked at some programs to help be force multipliers, and we're excited to see that those will come to fruition sooner than later, I think. And everything takes a long time with government. Right?
Sure.
So we had some incredible police work. We had some major cases that happened throughout the year. We saw some. Our CID detectives are just simply some of the best, right? And they've had some incredible cases. We had our SWAT teams and critical incidents that went through a lot and came out on top, I think, and not always the results that we want, just being honest in regards to, but we don't get to dictate people's outcomes, right? What they're going to do. We have to just kind of gauge off what decisions they make, and so. But they did it with professionalism and produced a high quality work, and so that's what we're looking for.
Well, and you kind of already spoke about it, but I wanted to ask you goals for 2026.
Yep.
I know it was something you ran on, the staffing of the police department. We hear it from you all the time. You talk about these force multipliers. Mm-hmm. Talk to me about what we can look forward to from the department in 2026.
Yeah, so I mean we'll tease on it a little bit in regards to drone as first responder. I went and I've spoken to several different groups throughout the community as to see what their pulse is. There's a lot of things that we're doing because we need to offset our resources. We set anywhere around 26 officers below other cities our size, even when we're fully staffed. So not even counting any shortages. We look at budgets and being millions of dollars difference, meaning ours is millions of dollars below other departments, and then we see that that we have to work inside the confines that we're given, right? And so we look at drone as first responder as being something that will actually be able to offset that. Drone as first responders basically is this: we're not flying over your house looking for something that you're doing. We're responding to calls as they come in. So it's driven based off of the calls that will be derived throughout the day. So we have let's give an example of an armed robbery, right? So if an armed robbery kicks off at let's give an example of the Loop in Main Street. We have an Alsops there, right? And we've had it recently been, I say recently, 6 months ago was robbed, right? So that our officers are all stationed throughout town. They don't stay at the station waiting for calls. They're patrolling particular districts inside the city. But as calls are going on, they're not right there next to Alsops all the time. And so a drone would be able to get there at the same time that we're dispatching our police officer. We're dispatching a drone that would be able to be over the site location, to have eyes on what's happening within about 45 seconds per mile, roughly, depending on weather conditions. And that provides real-time information to our officers responding. It provides evidence for court. It provides us the ability that if that person leaves in a vehicle and they were to go north from there, we have to put all of our resources, every available unit has to just start kind of scouring the north side of town. If we know that we can use a drone and lock down a particular area, then we're only going to search a smaller portion of it. So again, saving resources. And honestly, I believe we'll find that we'll be on top of robberies, just as well, any major crime for that matter, just as they're still trying to flee. Which now we have eyes on. We're watching where they're at. We can direct our resources to where they're at and get those people into custody and let the wheels of justice take over.
I'm glad you said that. I was going to ask you how fast you can actually, because the department has a couple drones, I understand, right now.
Drone team. So
Drone
they have other jobs in the department, and then they will respond as needed to help when somebody runs away from the police, or we have a barricaded person or something like that.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. We've seen them in action before. Y'all can get those things up in the air pretty fast.
Yes, sir.
It's just grab them out of the back of the unit, put it on the ground, and you're up and going.
Yeah, and I want to preface too that some people might be listening to this like, man, that sounds kind of like Big Brother type stuff. But we're going to have a forward-facing like flight plan. So you're going to see where this thing flew. You'll see kind of what the call type was, right? You know that we're not just flying around looking to try to catch somebody. Not mowing their grass in their backyard or something. They're going to be flying to critical incidents in the city. A lot of people don't know our CAD, entries into our CAD, which is a computer-assisted dispatch, right? The entries into our CAD are about 100,000 entries every year, roughly, right? And so when you look at that, and we have variations, so I want to make sure that's clear, but generally we see if you average it out, be anywhere from 95 to 100,000, right? And so that's a big number, right? That's a lot of police activity going on. It's a lot of things that officers are doing. They're stopping cars and people calling in on suspicious persons. That's a good example to use too, that a drone would be able to respond to a suspicious vehicle call or some sort of something happening that would get there faster. And if there is something there that needs to be, then we can direct resources to right where it needs to be. And a lot of times we get there and there's nothing there, or it's somebody that we already know is a water vehicle working on a water leak, or some sort of a reason that somebody to be there. So that is one thing that we can clear off the calls and not even have to worry about having somebody be responding across town that could be in their district patrolling your neighborhood, help keeping you safe.
Okay.
Force multiplier.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Force multiplier.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to bring it to a little bit of some more recent news, I guess. We just like a week ago was this extreme winter storm, this winter weather event we just got through. Talk to me a little bit about, did the department see any kind of increase in any kind of particular call during that? What were y'all just seeing in general during this kind of weather event that we had?
I was out during that time frame. I will tell you that it was cold and it was slick, and that ties up your response times, right? So getting there as quick as possible to stuff. But we had a lot of people that, when you're not working and your kids are off and it's a weekend, that we had a lot of people that we had the number one call was reckless driving. And we educated a lot of people, and there were some things that I think we have to be real about, that we don't want to ruin the fun, right? That's not our goal in life, but situations that we've seen out of the Metroplex, Brownwood, places over in East Texas where people lost their lives. And so we encouraged a lot of people to behave appropriately. Like, let's not do that. We ran a lot of people off in parking lots where they're doing donuts and playing in the snow and stuff like that. But it is dangerous, especially when you put a bunch of people out there. There's some videos that were circulated of people, out there all spinning around doing donuts. That very quickly can turn into a disaster. And so we policed a lot of that and just encouraged it. We couldn't, no way you can arrest everybody or enforce everybody or whatever you want to call that, but we would respond to that for a good bit, right? And by the grace of God, and I think a lot of good police work going out there and reminding people that we're not going to do that, we're not going to be tolerating that, and we nicely, it's not fun to ruin somebody's parade, but we 100% want to keep people safe, and that's what it was about.
Well, we've talked about a little bit of recent news, but I want to take it back to something that, might be considered old news. The month of January, we had this pretty severe standoff between the department multi-agency response, and it ended in a tragic way.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask you, what's kind of going through your head as a chief of police? Because you talked about it with reporters a little bit before. You said you called some officers that were off. You called them in, and obviously this is a big mission to handle.
Sure.
But as the chief of police, the job of policing a city, especially one like San Angelo, that job still continues. So
Yes, sir.
talk to me about kind of the balance in your head of the situation also continuing to police other areas of the city.
Yeah, so I think the interesting aspect for, and this is not unique to San Angelo, is that we have what's called incident commanders, critical incident commanders that will actually be responsible for both the negotiation side and the tactical side of the whole scene. So you have leaders in each one of those roles. So you have a SWAT team leader, and you have a negotiator leader, and then you have the incident commander that's above that. And they're going to be the ones that are making the incident, running it, the whole totality of it. So the police chief, that means that I have a real support role, right? So anything they need, whatever I can help get, if I can pull in more resources from the city side or fire department side or whatever that we need, I'll facilitate that. But the first thing that starts for me is I'll start praying, right? I'll pray for my guys, I pray for the individuals that are involved in that, and pray for a good outcome, and pray that we keep our guys and gals safe that are involved in this. And that is key. We have a partnership with the sheriff's office where it is through agreements that we support them and they support us on tactical operations. So what that means is if there's something that rises to the level of responding with a SWAT team or a tactical team, that wherever the jurisdiction is, that team is primary for the event, and the other team is support, meaning anything that might be needed through that. And so that is a great partnership, and that's why you see us respond that way. And we hopefully, we'll continue to do that. I think that we have a lot of good data to support the reasoning behind it, and we're a smaller community, so it helps us police better. And so then you sit back and I sat with a couple that got displaced and talked with them and get meals for people, because we're out there for a long period of time, and you make sure that you get the needs met of the people that are doing the job. And that's hard for me, because I used to do a lot of those jobs, right? And so you have to be able to just take a back seat and know that the people that are in charge and the things that are how they're playing, all the way from the line officer all the way to the one that's leading the scene, we have trained them. We have shown them what needs to be done. We know that they are capable, more than capable, and that's what you have to rely on. And in the meantime, you're trying to check, hey, what's going on with what's calls for service? Do we have plenty of staffing out there and stuff like that?
Well, and I mean that's a big part of being a leader. No, it's that delegation process.
Yes, sir.
You trust the people that are under you to kind of do their job and do it well. Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Agree?
No, yeah, absolutely. And I guess my philosophy on leadership is that I almost want to get to a point where I don't have a job anymore, right? That you work to train and develop people to a level that your tasks are getting even lower and lower and lower, because they know you've put them in the right spot. The right people drive the bus, right? And that's key.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to look to the future now. I think
Yeah.
we got to look to the future. The next big thing that's coming up is the Super Bowl. It's this Sunday. Talk to me about what the department going to be doing anything over the weekend with that in mind?
Yeah, historically, I can tell you that. I mean, there are going to be more gatherings and whatnot that are happening, but we prepare for that in a way that's a little bit more low key. Right? There's not a whole lot that we haven't handled. From the playoffs, where there's a lot more teams and a lot of gatherings of different teams. There's some people that are going to skip some of this or only watch the commercials or whatever, right? That in that we are walking through a normal Sunday that we know that has the ability of having a lot more parties and a lot more people drinking, and so we try to work at our DWI overtime guys. They hopefully will be out there working. We had some guys out this weekend that will be out there working. So I think that's the stuff we look at, and the teams that are out there, we have commanders over each shift. Those commanders work on their staffing, and again, putting the right people in the right place to make sure we have everything we need. So it's going to be interesting to see who wins. Right?
That was going to be my next question. Are you going in with rooting for a team?
I think as a typical Texas guy, right? None of our teams are really in this. It's an East Coast versus West Coast, and we're in the middle, right? So that's probably where I'll stay.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan at heart, which is rough being a Cowboys fan. But the Texans got close there for a bit, and I was thinking about, well, if they make it, I'll root for the Texans. But they didn't make it, so I think I'm gonna stay right there with you, Chief. I'm gonna stay right here in the middle.
Somebody showed me a video the other day where the wife was asking her husband to buy a VCR. It's like, why would you need to buy a VCR? And she's like, there's all this stuff out here. It's all digital. Anything you want to watch, you can get. And she's like, well, I want to be able to watch the Cowboys' last championship. And I was like, oh no, that's rough.
I was worried that's where that was going.
I hated that. But I've always been. They're still the America's team, and we're always going to root for them.
Of course.
And, I like the Texans. I think anytime Texas, born and raised, man. So like that's where we're at.
It's in our blood.
Yeah,
Cowboy fandom. It's in our blood. Yes, sir.
Troy Aikman. I mean, Emmitt Smith. I go back to the '90s was fun for me to. I remember those times. It was great.
Yes, sir.
It'll come back eventually.
It'll come back. We just have to bide our time. Be patient.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I know Bert usually ends this off with some words of wisdom. Do you have any words of wisdom for the people?
Yeah, I would say that in life you can sometimes find things don't work out the way you want it to. Consistency is key, right? I think that if we don't keep moving forward and we just give up, then what's the point? That when we have struggles, whether it be with staffing or whatever, right? We just keep putting our best foot forward and knowing that when you develop your life and your situation and control the things that are inside of your sphere, and focus on that. And if you can improve those daily, then regardless of what happened yesterday, today's a new day. Keep moving forward.
Yes, sir. Very well said. Very well said, Chief.
Thank you.
All right. Well, hey, folks, that'll do it for episode 32, Chat with the Chief. Chief, thank you very much for being here.
My
As
pleasure.
always, we appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And hey, make sure to tune in next time.